The largest transformation that the Greater Toronto Area has seen in decades is currently underway in a city known as Pickering, Ontario. Pickering is Toronto's easternmost neighbor, and it's long been an exception to all the development that has been going on in the Greater Toronto Area around it. Many of us have heard that the GTA currently has more cranes up than any other city in North America, and has upwards of 50% of North America's cranes right here in the region. Up until now, that has been largely missing from Pickering, but not anymore. The city is on the cusp of a once-in-a-generation transformation that will completely change the future of the city and will create a downtown core from the ground up. This includes 10 massive towers that are to be built right in the city center by one developer on the site of an existing mall that is directly connected to a GO station. These 10 towers are part of a much larger urbanization occurring in the city, with now approximately 85 towers proposed or under construction, and almost 40% of those fully approved. The scale of the transformation from what this area of Pickering is now to what it will be in the future is absolutely massive, and it's difficult to fathom, but it's happening. I'm Fahad, a real estate broker who grew up in Pickering, and in this video, we're gonna walk you through exactly what is planned at the very heart of this incredible transformation going on in Pickering. And we will show you why this is undeniably the largest transformation of a city center that the GTA has seen in decades. Join us as we walk through some of the most crucial project details, take a trip to the site and see where this stuff is actually gonna be, and even have a couple words with Jason Lam, a partner and senior vice president at CentreCourt Developments, to talk about their vision for the Pickering City Center site and what kind of future they foresee when this is all built. So sit down, get comfortable, and let's begin, starting with an overview of the development that is right at the heart of the Pickering transformation story. So you see this site right here? An empty parking lot right now adjacent to the second largest mall in the region. One developer, CentreCourt Developments, has recently purchased this entire site and plans to transform it into a vibrant, high-density growth hub for the entire region. Their planned development includes 10 towers in phase 1 of this development, much larger than anything else currently standing in the city. Block 1, which will be the first to go up, contains 4 massive towers, the first being 45 stories and containing 500 suites, the second being 40 stories and containing 450 suites, the third being 50 stories with 550 suites, and the final tower of the block being 55 stories tall, a record height for new development in Pickering. They also plan to build a large public park with a water feature, as well as an urban park adjacent to it where they envision gatherings for things like sports games or celebrations. Finally, there will also be a hotel, and separately across the street, some brand new city facilities which will work in tandem with this development to create a brand new whole urban community feel. In terms of design, the towers feature unique fins in the design, which architect Don Schmidt says is designed to give it a relaxed, shaded veranda feel from the interior, and from the exterior, it gives the buildings a unique identity because they will be colored and visible from a mile away. But where will this all actually be built? It's one thing to see some renderings, another entirely to truly understand the size, scope, and impact of this kind of development. So let's head on over to the actual site to meet up with Jason Lam, a partner and senior vice president at CentreCourt Developments, to check out where each of these massive towers will actually be built. All right, so we're here on site at the Pickering Town Centre. This is the absolute center point of the city of Pickering. It's a mall I've been coming to since I was a child, and we're just waiting for Jason here. Jason is going to walk us through the site and show us what they have planned. Hey, Jason.
It's good to see you.
Likewise,
good to see you again, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for joining us.
No, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, very exciting stuff.
It's just one of the most ambitious plans we've ever seen.
100%.
So it's going to take some time, but we really believe in this community. We really believe in the vision and the excitement that we're hearing from local residents, from people of the region, from the industry itself. Like, it's been overwhelming.
Awesome.
The last 30 days have give us a lot more confidence in our initial confidence, you know, in our outlook. So I think it speaks to what Durham needs.
So walk us through what you have planned here for this site.
As you can see behind us is, Pickering City Hall. So that'll be our landmark.
Yep.
Where we're standing right now is roughly where we're gonna have a 1.4 acre park that the city is gonna build.
Yeah.
And that will act as, it'll be a skating rink or sort of like not a wading pool, but it'll be a space that I think the public will use as sort of the gateway into the condo community.
Yeah.
What we see here, so the Home Sense Winners facade here, this will now be a unique residence entrance that will sort of open up to this park. It'll be sort of center square. In the renders, you can sort of see, there is a render in particular that shows a hotel, a screen
Right.
Because we always envision, when the Leafs or the Raptors make the playoffs, having a centralized space, like where the community can gather, rather than go all the way to Toronto.
Yeah.
This is downtown Pickering, this is downtown Durham region. And so just to the south of us, this park would obviously back off right onto buildings 1, 2, 3, 4 in block 1.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. We're standing in the future downtown Pickering in terms of Pickering City Centre.
Wow.
And in 4 or 5 years, we're going to see firsthand where it's all going to be coming to life.
Yeah, amazing. We took a walk through the park site while Jason pointed out other park features, such as a variety of heights and seating areas, a space for food and concessions, as well as a seamless connection into Centre Square. Overall, the goal here is to make this a vibrant gathering place for the entire region.
This is City Center. This is where people, should be coming for Santa Claus parades, for any of those milestones that you have in a calendar year.
Right.
Not just Pickering, Durham region, Toronto. This should be sort of recognized as the place to be.
Yeah. We talked about how everything would work together to create a real dynamic downtown core, including some new office space and retail at the base of the buildings.
So we'll have retail space on the ground floor of the building.
Okay.
And so that will really liven up this block. When you come here, there'll be people active in the park. There'll be people active at sort of Centre Square. You'll have people active from the retail space. Our lobby is shared with co-working space. And so it's always going to feel active. And I think that's sort of the energy that you want.
Yeah.
That's what you need in a community like this. And, so we put a lot of thought into how each of these distinct items can sort of be working together and how they can sort of complement each other.
Okay, awesome. Why don't we take a little walk over to the tower site?
I would love
show people where it's going.
I've never actually stepped foot on the lands.
First,
myself.
guys.
We're gonna climb the fence and we're gonna.
Let's do it. Scale it. Let's go.
Let's see it. Let's go.
Now, kids, don't try this at home. We're past the fence, but I'm with authorized personnel here, so.
I don't know if I am.
Yeah. So let's show you guys actually where these towers are going to physically be built. We're standing right now kind of where?
Sort of where Tower 2 would be placed.
Tower 2,
So
okay.
that's, imagine the block is a square, right? The block is a square.
Right.
So the most northwesterly part is Tower 2, which is right here.
Okay.
Tower 1, the first release,
Yeah.
is going to be right here. So where this sort of, like these humps are right here.
Where the humps are. Let's go to the humps.
Let's go to the humps. So that's Tower 1. Oh, this is more wet out here than I
it's
thought.
very wet, yeah.
This is Tower 1 right here, right in front of us.
Tower 1, right here. Wow. Tower 3 right there.
That's a 50-story. And then the tallest tower, 55 stories, will be at the corner, essentially just right in front of
Right there.
Pickering City Hall. He's going. He's going. And he's gone. Even further. He's gonna have to do quite a run, actually. I mean, you're close. You're close. Exactly. That's it. So you can imagine there's a lot of space in between the buildings.
Yeah.
So its own sort of personal courtyard.
Once I caught my breath, we talked about some of the other amenities as well. These include a 20,000 square foot fitness center, an infinity pool, golf simulators, co-working spaces, party rooms, and more.
Ground floor, in the building itself, rooftop amenities that you don't get to see a lot of.
Right.
After this, we made our way to the inside of the mall to check out the scale model and to talk a little bit more about CentreCourt's vision for the site, including what happens after the towers.
All right, so we're now here on the inside, standing in front of this incredible scale model of the entire Pickering City Centre development. If you look over here, this is the area we were standing just before, which is currently a parking lot right over here. That is the public park. Right in here are the buildings, right? You got towers 1 at the back, 2 up front here, 3 is this back one here, and then 4 is this yellow exterior 55-story, right? Brass
gold.
Is what we're going
Yellow,
for. Yeah.
not quite what we're going for.
Gold is the word. And Jason, I see that's the courtyard you were talking about, right?
That's
yeah,
right.
Right in the middle there. So I can see some of the building amenities, the pools and stuff kind of overlook the courtyard.
That's right.
That's a bit of a nice touch.
Well, you can see that there's a relationship, right? So it's very fluid across and it cuts into sort of Center Square. Like you can feel the energy. You can, I'm so excited for the residents to actually experience it because it's going to be like nothing they've ever seen in Durham.
Right.
And lots of parts of Toronto. Just
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Right. No, I mean, this looks pretty good. So here we've got the Center Square, you called it.
Yeah.
That's the more hardscaped area. And you were pointing out that in between here, you've got sort of a continuous
That's
cobblestone or stone
pedestrian
roadway.
walkway.
Yeah.
It's all the same height.
Yeah.
So it'll feel quite seamless.
Okay.
And you have different, several points of access into the community.
Right.
You've got Esplanade South is there.
Yep.
So you've got that access point, this access points from Pickering Parkway.
Right.
It's not just one space to get in.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, that was obviously a high priority thought from the city and also from us is, you know, how do we make this fluid and not
Right.
feel like it's going to be a vehicle pileup?
Right. And so that's our hotel right there. That's
That's
a
right.
9-story hotel. Kind of thinking some restaurants at the base.
Yeah.
Retail kind of thing.
Yeah, we're certainly trying to
nice.
retail at this here.
Yeah.
Along here, we're gonna have retail
Amazing.
space.
Amazing.
You know, the vision is restaurants and you know,
Yeah.
food and beverage.
Yeah.
And that sort of open up into this parquet space.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah.
it's like, again, it's just creating a really dynamic space that is cohesive and, you know, they're very complementary of each other.
Awesome. Okay, so that we have block 1. There's the 4 towers that you see there. On the back side here, this is where the other, I guess 6 are going to be built.
Future blocks.
Future blocks,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
So you've got the residential here. What about the back side over here?
Well, right now we're obviously very focused on phase 1, the growth phase,
Right.
which is injecting the community with residential. The mall will improve greatly, and then we can start to plot. Because right now, you know, we want to better understand how we can serve the community and what are the elements that the community are looking for. We refer to this as the fun stage, when you've got sort of 6,000 residents
Right.
every day
Yeah.
contributing to the mall, contributing to the energy to the area, the reputation of the area gets better.
Right.
And the demands of the community. What are we looking for? What do we
Right,
need? Is it
right.
education? Is it healthcare? Is it hospitality? That is something we can't decide.
Right.
We don't want to decide today because those things will change.
Yeah.
While that's what comes next after the residential, one of the things that makes this development so special is what's already here and what doesn't need to be promised to people. This includes the mall, the direct connection to the GO station, and city facilities that are all here today. We also touched on pricing, which is starting in the low 500s for 1-bedroom units, mid 500s for 1 and dens, and the high 600s for 2-bedroom units, which is a good chunk cheaper than other developments in the region. To wrap up, Jason gave us some of his parting thoughts on this development.
Best location in Pickering, lowest price in Pickering, and the first of the master plan.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 steps that we think is a recipe for, you know, tremendous success and for people to be happy. People, whether you're an end user, whether you're an investor, we believe that people will be very happy with not just living here, but making that choice to invest here, because this is truly so unique.
Yeah.
And I've sold so many condominium towers through the GTA, and I've never seen anything like this.
Right.
So we're very proud, and we're very excited, and we hope that the people of Pickering, the people of Durham, people that are watching your videos, they can appreciate the amount of effort, the amount of work going into this to completely change downtown Pickering.
Yeah, amazing. Well, if I may, I got some parting words for you too, okay? It's from on behalf of all area residents, okay?
No problem.
Real simple, just don't this up, okay? just don't this up,
Hey,
right?
I think our track record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Right? We've been in the business for 13 years, but we've surpassed what people have done in 40, 50, 60 years. It's not our first master plan community. You know, we're very self-reflective. We obviously study other master plan communities, what they've done, why does it work, why doesn't it work, not just in the GTA, but worldwide. We've got the right recipe. The beauty is that there's not a lot to screw up.
Right.
The mall's there, highway's
true.
there,
Yeah.
GO train's
GO
there,
train, yeah.
office space is there, City Hall is there, Kingston Road's gonna go through a revitalization. There's a
Right.
ton of development surrounding us.
Yeah.
All of that is already happening.
Right.
We're just making sure that we're complementing, you know, that community and taking it to the next level by making life substantially easier for people by creating a very convenient lifestyle.
Okay, awesome.
So we won't.
Amazing. Jason, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So that's the project. Serious stuff. And without a doubt, when you think about the before and after on this, the biggest transformation that the GTA has seen in decades. And something that will create a downtown Pickering from the ground up. A new destination for all of Durham and the east side of the GTA.
Since we filmed this video, CentreCourt launched sales on Tower 1 and sold out 95% of the building within 4 days. Now they're gearing up for Tower 2.
If you want to know more about this project, there's a link in the description where you can get more info on the project, the launch, and what makes this an incredible ground floor investment opportunity. Be sure to also drop your comments down below and let me know what you think about these plans for the Pickering City Centre. Good, bad, in between? What are some things that you would like to see in the future Pickering City Centre? Let's have some conversations in the comments down below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video at all, please go ahead and click those like and subscribe buttons to support the growth of my channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is Fahad Raymond, signing off.